Could call me Junior. All right, am I live or what? I'm still unsure if I'm doing this right or not. Please, somebody, anybody. Is anybody out there? Anybody? Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. You got beef with the king? What is you? What's up, Blue? Let's go. Oh, sweet. That little wrench. Does that still mean you're a moderator, or do I have to do something else? Happy to keep you as a moderator as long as you're down. Thinking it's going to be less than an hour today. And also, how's the sound sound? How's the sound sound? Higher, lower, up, down? Too loud, too soft? All right, baby. What's up, David Owens? What's up, Aswin? All right, you cool with being a moderator? Also, how's it sound, guys? I think it might be a little loud. Let me turn it down just a little bit. All right, sounds great. All right, cool. All right, you wonderful people of YouTube. Let me tell you, if you were born, this is an estimation here. If you were born before the year of 1996 and after the year of 1982, it's a guess. Basically, if you're a millennial, let's just cut to the chase. If you're a millennial and you played baseball, I'm about to hit you with a nostalgia bomb that might literally knock you over. Oh, where's it? Are you ready? You ready? Anybody? Call me Junior. All right, so here's my plan today. I will not play that music forever. My plan today, for those of you who don't know or you don't care, that's a personal problem. That's a you problem. Because what you're missing out on is the Phillies tonight are playing in Game 1 of the World Series. And what I'm going to do, it's part of a bigger plan, but the small plan is to first simulate Game 1 of the World Series. I'm going to play as the Phillies, and I'll be playing the Astros, and in a perfect world, I will win 12-0, and I will get the score correct, which would be amazing, you know. I'll be the Nostradamus of Philadelphia. But even more important, can't hear the music. Well, yeah, I turned it down. You could hear it before, right? Oh, that's the simulation game. We don't want none of that. You can hear that, right? Call me Junior. Call me Junior. Call me Junior. Let's go, Phils. Wyatt knows what I'm talking about. All right, so here's the bigger plan, right? So my channel is actually a lot like the Phillies in June of this year. They weren't doing the best. They weren't the hottest. They started off decent in April, and then June came and kind of tanked a little bit. And you know what? My channel did get a little hot streak for a little bit, and then I entered into my June phase. And like the Phillies, it ain't stopping me, baby. What's the one from the 80s? Nothing's stopping us now. And here I am just dancing on my own, just like the Phillies were, and I'm going to keep going. And one of the things that I've been doing recently is I've been doing a lot of research on, like, basically branding and how YouTube works and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, I'm not one to point fingers. When something's going wrong, I like to look within myself. And I think my problem is what's my problem has always been. It's always been a weakness of mine, the idea of branding and distribution and stuff like that. And I'm an artist. At heart, I'm an artist. And, you know, I get these ideas for videos that may not be related to one another. and my channel, the brand of video on my channel may be a little all over the place. And in the past, in YouTube days of old, I think that could have worked, but now, not so much anymore. So, you guys, a lot of you guys know, I'm sure if you guys are sticking around for this live, you know that, there's a couple different avenues my channel likes to take. There's the whole Uber angle. There's the cheesesteak with podcast. And, I like going live. And, I think adding this video gamer aspect to it when I played Mario Kart, that was just a whole lot of fun, for me personally, and it was cool to interact with you guys, and it's something I want to keep doing, but I did notice when I did that, it kind of messed with my channel a little bit. So, among other things, what I'm going to do is I started a N64 channel. It's called Ed64. Actually, what I'll do is, oh, shoot, where's... I'll pin that. Here we go. Actually, I'm not gonna give the URL to that yet. I'm gonna get a couple videos on there, but I'm gonna go live for all these Phillies games. So I'll be going live. What's that? I'll be going live tomorrow, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, accurately predicting, the score of these games. And see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Avula, excuse me if I'm mispronouncing your name, is saying, "Where's Mum?" And Mum, R.I.P., is playing at the big casino in the sky. But that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is how, grandma videos are a lot different than playing N64 games, or a lot different than eating cheesesteaks with, a guest or whatever it is. So, yeah. So I already took that step to separate the granny content. There is a channel, Mondays with Mum. But yeah, so that's my plan moving forward. But as for now, I figure this will be a fun way to kind of build up my N64 channel, and more importantly, it's the Phillies World Series, man, and I'm just excited for it. So let's freaking go, mischief makers! All right. So something I didn't realize: this game came out in let me change this filter here so it doesn't look as bad. Why is it? Oh, that's just the home screen. Something I didn't realize. Thank you, 1243 BCA. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. So I appreciate that. Thanks. And that's the thing. Like, I see a lot of comments, and I see a lot of I just get a lot of awesome feedback from you guys. And when people do find my videos, they like them. I think the problem is because my channel's a little all over the place, YouTube has a hard time putting it in front of people that would typically watch those certain videos. So, again, it's not me blaming YouTube. That's a me problem, and I'm going to solve that. And 2023, we're talking rocket ship. So just be warned. But until then, let's simulate this World Series here. And in the meantime, like I said before, this is just kind of like an extra thing. I'm really here to hang out with you guys. Speaking of, where's the chat on the screen? How come can you guys see the chat on the screen? This is what you call learning out loud. One day I'm going to look at this when Ed64 has 10,000 subscribers and has played every single N64 game, and I'm going to look at this stream and be like, man, I sucked. All right. Sorry, Blue. We will take care of this. Participants. There we go. Source, general sources. What the heck? Call me Junior. What's up, Elijah? See, here's the thing for the chat box. Oh, maybe that's why. Man, it's killing me. I got it last time. Well, if the chat's not on the screen, is there another way to see it? Like, can you guys see the chat even if it's not on the screen? Edit your stream title. Just view your stream. Chat's not on the screen. Is there another way to see it? Oh, okay. So it's like a little right there. Can you guys see the chat even if it's not on the screen? Call me Junior. All right. Streamlabs. All right. As long as you can. All right. Cool. As long as you guys can see the chat, that works. Then in that case, I think I can. This is killing me, Smalls. I'll remove that chat box. Media file, window capture, stream label, browser source. All right. Man, it's frustrating because I did it last time. Oh, here we go. Widgets. Chat delay, clean, select properties, font settings. All right. I don't know why that wouldn't work. I think it's going to pop up eventually. I'm going to give it time. Regardless, here we go. Coffee's keeping you going right now. What's up, Ricardo? This is not EA Sports. It is not in the game. Or is it? No, this isn't EA Sports. This was Ken Griffey had his own game. All right, so here's what we're going to do. When I move this over to my own channel, my other channel. Oh, wait. Test widget, start recording. Wait, it's recording, right? Yeah. All right, let's rock. Why is that not? Learning out loud, baby. Oh, here we go. There we go. Now I believe it's on the screen. Where are we at? Where are we at? Man, I did so much better the other time. All right, edit. Yeah, but now, yeah, all right, sweet, I did it, but now I can't see me on screen. This is like, oh my gosh. Too many. Editor display, studio mode. There we go. I'm back, baby. All right. All right. Damn, you look exactly how my dad looks when he would play a video game. I deserve that. That was pretty good. Oh man, I used to play a lot of games. Yeah, thank you. It's the computers, man. I'm trying to do a. You got to understand connecting. If I was dealing with like PlayStation or a newer system, it'd be cool. But connecting N64 to the internet to YouTube, hey, I think I deserve a little credit. So, Perk 31, watch yourself there. So, what we're gonna do is, all right, when I start this live stream, I'll probably start at the point where somebody just roasted me because that was one of the best insults I've gotten in the comments section in a long time. that I look just like his dad when he plays video games. Um, but I think I'll start the live stream here because I did not need to waste your time with that. I apologize. What we're doing here is I'm going to be the Philadelphia Phillies, and I'm going to play the Houston Astros. And the outcome of this simulated game will most certainly be the exact outcome of what happens tonight. Now, I can't do... Everybody close your eyes right now because we need to send good vibes to the Philadelphia way, and we're going to make sure it's set at rookie. We'll see how it goes. I haven't played this in a while. Also, fun fact, I didn't realize this for anyone who is a fan of baseball. I didn't realize that I wanted to do a World Series simulation. It was like an option. But the Astros were actually part of the NL in 96, I think this game came out. So I got to drinking and driving. Driving drunk, doing your thing. Man, that was so wild. I was thinking about that the other day. How many people saw my previous live's title, driving drunk, doing my thing, and just came on the live to be like, you shouldn't be driving drunk. It's like, dude, I'm obviously, one, not driving, and it's just people are nuts. But thank you to all who got that song reference, and also thank you to everybody who didn't get the song reference, but expected more of me. Let's go, baby. Get on. He's safe. We're in there, dog. We'll take the infield hit to begin. I'll be able to talk a little more when I'm pitching. But in the meantime, I will be stealing a base. You guys remember this game? All right, I'm about to take second. You ready? Let's go. Oh, shoot. Now, I may have bet on the Phillies to score in the first inning tonight. So, this is about to tell me whether or not my bet will come true. What do you think? Should I play a little small ball? Am I from Delco originally? I'm from Delco originally. I'm in Delco currently. And the way my life's shaping out, I'm never going to leave this place. All right. Oh, that's a ball. I think I'm going to lay down the bunt, get him home. Let's go. We'll take it. 1-0, baby. All right. So for anybody that may or may not be inclined to gamble, you're going to want to bet on the Phillies to score in the first inning. Mark my words. Oh, thanks, Kristen. These are actually, I see just fine. But these are one of those like blue light glasses. All right, now I can chill a little bit. We got Schilling on the mound. Yeah, so thank you, Attack the Rat. They didn't change cities. Like it wasn't, you know how sometimes like teams will change a city and change names, and then another team will come and take the new name, but it's actually an old team, kind of like the Houston Oilers. I forget how that went. The Houston Oilers didn't become the Houston Texans. The Houston Oilers became the Titans, and then somebody else became the Texans. That kind of deal. So anyway, I wasn't sure if it was like that or they just moved to the American League like without that. Oh, and what's up, Zen Raji? Welcome to the channel. As I was talking about, this channel's dancing on its own right now, but it's about to take off. I'm gonna really work on my branding and just kind of make sure people know what they're getting when they click on an Eddie Doyle video, whether it's on this channel or they click on a cheesesteaks with video or a Ed64 video. That's my name for my my gaming channel, Ed64. Get it? Like N64, Ed64. Sounds kind of similar. Man, if the Phillies win the World Series, let's not get ahead of ourselves. But when they when they won in 2008, that was like one of the funnest times ever. All right, let's see what's going on, guys. The Phillies. Oh yeah, thanks, Elijah. So yeah, so what I'm thinking with a gaming channel is, I mean, I like playing N64. There's something about this controller. I mean, I've played newer systems, but this controller is just like a second skin to me. Like I can operate this thing when I'm playing newer games. It takes me a second, but this one I can pick up on. It's nostalgic for me. I love this system, and yeah. So my plan is to just and the other part is like I haven't seen a lot of it online. Like the little N64 videos I do see get decent traction. And I just kind of think like this sounds kind of crazy, but I think it'd be cool to like see a bunch of like Atari gameplay. So, maybe like 20 years from now, if I have a whole collection, not 20, I mean, I'll be done before 20, but if I have a whole collection of all the N64 gameplays, I don't know. I just think it'd be cool for posterity to see, I mean, even this game here, I don't think baseball is a huge gaming market. I don't know. I may be wrong. Baseball is just kind of like, I mean, I'll admit it myself. I'm a fan, but it's just hard to follow during drop. Let's go. It's hard to follow during the regular season because there's so many games. But man, when playoff baseball happens, I don't know if you guys watch, but it's a different. I don't want to say it's a different sport, but it feels like a different sport. Like every pitch matters. The time between every pitch when you're losing feels like forever. The time between every pitch when you're winning feels like a second because you just want to get the game done. It's just and the players. It's a team sport on one hand, but it's an individual sport. When you're batting, it's a cool sport. I'm rambling now, but anyway, I forgot how I got on that topic. I'm about to take second. Let's go. Oh, he's out. Down. Oh, I blew it. All right, guys, no runs. Philly second inning. Oh yeah. So anyway, the blue light blockers. So you guys actually want to hear something? This is like something I feel like more people should be made aware of. I have what you call surfer's eye. I doubt you'll be able to see it on camera. I'm not even going to try. But basically there's this like little bump on my eye that's like you ever see like not like a pimple but like sort of like raised skin where it's like it's like I don't know if they call it a skin tag. It's basically like that on my eye. And what it is, it's some sort of deposit, like right on the inside of my eye. And they call it surfer's eye because a lot of surfers get it because they're in the sun and the sun's beating down on them and reflecting on the water. And it like basically like, it's basically, here's a better analogy. It's like a callus for your eye. So it's your eye, basically building up like a little rough patch to protect it from all the UV rays from the sun. And it usually happens on the inside because it bounces off the nose and hits the eye. Now, in case you've never noticed, it's really apparent now. Well, I'm not square the thing, but I have a very deviated septum. It's a lot easier to tell with the glasses on. You see how crooked my nose is? It's like, this is where's the camera? Yeah, this is me looking straight at the camera and my nose is going off that way, right? This is my nose straight and I'm looking to the side. Point is, I think because my nose is crooked, when I'm looking at my phone or the TV screen all the time, the UV rays is bouncing off my crooked ass nose and then hitting my eye. So I got one on the side my nose leans to. So anyway, when I wear this, it's definitely helpful. All that's to say, long story long, I do think these things should be like almost mandatory for everyone because you're either on your phone or you're sitting at your desk on your computer. Granted, I'm on my phone. I do think a big part of it is like driving Uber. It's nighttime, but I have my phone lit up and I also have that dash camera there. And I swear, this is I'm gonna sound like that dude's dad who plays video games, but this is like the oldest thing I say. People always make fun of me when I say this, but the headlights that they are making today are a billion times brighter than when they were when I started driving. And I don't know how people drive at night. I think I've always had more sensitive eyes, but dude, I drive at night and I'm like blinded by some of these cars. So all that's to say, I do think like driving at night and the phone at night, and I do typically have my phone pretty close. They do say, not to freak everyone out, as long as you're further back from your computer, like the further back, the less intensity of the UV rays. But yeah, that's my spiel. Buy these Blu-ray blocker glasses. They're like $10. Yeah, 10 out of 10 recommend. I don't think they like really matter that much, like what brand and all that kind of stuff. Yes, the nostalgia bomb is here. Water, like says, you like the graphics, John? I may do a live Uber video one day. I feel like when I do that, I just close my eyes when I drive by these people. I feel like the day I do a live Uber video is the day I'm like really willing to be like, all right, this gives them reason to kick me off of their platform. Honestly, I give Uber a hard time, but I kind of respect the fact that they've let me keep on speaking my piece because one, I am an independent contractor, so I think for them to get me off their system because they don't like what I'm saying would be wrong. And two, at the same time, they would be able to do it and I would have no backlash. I mean, I'd cause a stink. Maybe I'd get a lawyer, Uber people, if you're watching. But no, I do respect the fact that they haven't, canceled me yet, so to speak, despite all the critiques and criticism I've shared against Uber. However, if I were to go live in an Uber, like directly breaking their terms of service, live streaming, because and even outside of Uber, like as a person getting a stranger or a customer in my car, I don't know if they necessarily want to be broadcasted on the internet. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't talk about this a lot on my channel. It'll be in the book I'm working on, and I've made like reference to it, but like there's a lot of times I don't share these videos because it's like blatantly wrong to do it. I'm a firm believer in don't pull that thing out unless you plan to bang. Shout out to Outkast. But if I'm gonna share a video of a person in a negative light, like I'm only gonna do that if I'm willing to like stand up for why I think it's necessary to be shared or why I think it's good to be shared or whatever it is. But there's a lot of instances where I'm like, okay, this person definitely does not want this on the internet. Perfect example for this. This guy gets in my car and just to be clear for anyone joining now, a little side note. This is on Rookie. If you remember this game, Ken Griffey Jr., remember how you'd always play this game. This is why I need to work on my branding. This is how my mind works. I'm like 3 stories deep right now, and I just go on these little tangents. And it's like literally reflective of my channel, and I think it's why my channel's not doing good. So that's why I need to constrain myself to certain things, this, that, and the other. But I digress. But as far as the gaming, I remember we used to play, and it was like, all right, you make a rule like you're not allowed to move the strike zone before the pitch. For anyone watching, if you remember that, and for anyone watching, if you do remember that, you should know this is on Rookie. So tomorrow when I go live, I'll go on the next level up, and I may never get a hit, but that remains to be seen. Anyway, back to my Uber story. That's another thing too. As much as I bounce all over the place, I like shelf it away in my head. It's like, okay, you need to address that. And so my mind is just like cluttered with like a billion things that need to be done. And it's the sign of, I don't want to say ADD because I was never officially diagnosed and everyone likes to talk about it, but I'll just like say a hyperactive mind because I definitely have that. And this does not help. Coffee, been trying to cut back. So anyway, let's go, Johnny Utah. Long stories long. I actually stole that from a friend of mine who was like, he's been one of the most supportive friends in this, YouTube journey. He always said long story long, so I'll have to tell him that. Anyway, I love that too. I think it's so clever, and I have to admit, I did not originate that. But back to my Uber story. As I hit this guy with a super fastball, I picked this guy up, and I pick him up from a hotel. It's a woman, an older man, and a woman, and he gets in my car, and I don't have a mask on, or maybe it's down by my chin, whatever it was. At whatever time of the world it was, I was at the point where I was like, all right, if people ask me to put on a mask, I'll put it on. If they're comfortable with it not on, I'm fine with it not having it on, right? And I usually ask people hey, I'm fine to put a mask on if it makes you feel comfortable, and if you're more comfortable without it, that's fine. Before I can even get a word out, this guy just goes off, and this guy's in his 50s or 60s, and I hope you guys appreciate. I don't know if you notice it. I'm sure some of you, but I try my best to stay away from politics on this channel. Because one, they're quick little videos, and it's not that I don't want to alienate anyone. I just don't think that I don't think it works. Take Fox News and CNN, right? If you get a liberal to watch Fox News, there's a 0% chance they're going to convert. And same thing with CNN. If you take a conservative and you get them to watch CNN, it's not like they're going to be like, oh, I saw the light. So I just think it's kind of futile to talk about, things like that. All that said, this guy gets in my car, and he just starts going off about mask and how just the way he was talking about mask was so insane that even the biggest anti-masker would be like, oh my God, that's insane. Is that what I sound like? Because that sounds like a crazy person. And they'd be forced to laugh at themselves. And he was dead serious, but his rant was so insane that, everybody on earth would find it hilarious, right? And on top of that, somebody that opinionated, I've found a lot of people who go off like that, especially to somebody like me, an Uber driver, a lot of the reason they do that is because they don't feel like they're heard. People want to be heard. People want to have a voice to say what they think, right? So in my head, as he's gone, I'm like, man, this is great. Not only is this amazing content, but I'm I'm going to give this guy an opportunity to share his thoughts with the world, so to speak. It's that's the way I present it. It's hey, I have this YouTube channel if you want to get that out there. And, in those instances, people like that, more often than not, are all about it, right? That said, as the ride's going on, left a man on. That said, as the ride's going on, I pieced it together that the woman, not granted, this was a Wednesday night, and I'm picking him up in a hotel in Delco. And Delco is not a place where people go to vacation. It's definitely not a place you go to vacation in the middle of the week. You're not in a hotel in Delco unless it's some work thing that brought you out, or you're just up to no good. And I pieced it together that it might have been both. They might have worked together, but regardless, they were definitely up to no good. And the man and the woman in the car were staying together at the hotel, and they were both married, but not to each other. And I'm like, damn it, I can't freaking, and this is where I know a lot of YouTubers, it's kind of common this day and age where people are just kind of sharing what's on the, sharing anything they got recorded. I know there's a ton of Uber channels that just share things without permission, or you can at least assume it's without permission, because I doubt a lot of people would agree to yeah, put me on the internet punching you, you know? But that's why I like get really hesitant about sharing without permission because I'm like, yeah, like this person might have disrespected me, but I don't want to break up a marriage because it just so happened he disrespected me while he was with his mistress. You know what I mean? And not that that guy disrespected me, but like I don't want that laugh that you get from his rant about mask, is not worth the pain that sharing that video could have caused. At least not in my head. Um, but yeah, that's my take on that. Your brother used to be a Philly. Who's that? The long story, long saga continues. I used to be good at Smash Brothers. I used to be good at Smash Brothers. I have not played in a while, but that will be on the new channel, Ed64. Thanks, Nan. Hope life is well with you too. Amen, Albert. My brain died if you said, do you do Twitch for games? Was the man bald? To be honest, I don't recall. But I don't think he was. Yeah, I mean it's honestly it's sad and at the same time it's I think the sadder thing is how often you see sort of like debaucherous activity for lack of a better term. And it's not always like, people it's not always people um cheating or anything like that, but just sad events. I'll tell you what, I'll put the channel up tomorrow. Yeah, it is one of those games where you get too good, your friends hate you. And um I did have play people I would play Smash Brothers with that would drive me crazy because they just don't lose. Listen, I'm gonna put the new thing up. This is my. Can you guys still hear me? I'm not on the thing right now. I forgot to mention this. This is my goal for this live stream. Other than correctly predicting the Phillies score, my goal is. Woo! Can you hear that? I just noticed I'm at the stage where I'm not looking at my. I have to sign in to chat? What's going on? What do you mean sign in? I can't. All right. Here's what I need someone to do. I need somebody to put the link to my. Can I not? I can't operate the chat, but this is crazy. I wonder if it's because I'm in the wrong. Switch account. Oh, here we go. All right. You know what? Maybe that's a sign from the universe. I have this idea. Oh my goodness. Here we go. All right. How do I open in web browser? All right, here we go. I'm about to. Here's a new channel. Oh, I'm about to spice in this coming up. Be the first to subscribe to my gaming channel. There we go. All right, now how do I post? Now I think I can pin this. Can Blue, can you pin that since you're the moderator? See, I think I'm actually signed into my gaming channel. That's why I can't moderate. I can't moderate my own my own live stream right now because I'm not signed into driver ed on YouTube. Wait, did my thing pop up or no? Oh, what the heck? WTF? All right, this is killing me, Smalls. Here we go. Next. Yeah, for myself. I'm in the corner watching you kiss her. Oh. All right, this is killing me. Oh man. Let's hear how much. Oh, so you're a mod, right? So here's what we're gonna do. I mean, it's called Ed64. I just don't think it's gonna show up in the search if you search it. This is. I don't know if that comment worked. Did you see a comment from Ed64? Oh, sweet. Is there any way you can click that channel or find it and then post the link and write be the first to subscribe to my gaming channel? You know, make it all bells and whistles. Actually, for the 10th time. I'm bad at branding. Right, and I can you can reply. I can link it for some. There we go. Open. It's not letting me chat. And I can link it for you. Oh, you found it, Albert? Sweet. All right, Bagwell is ready to hit. Look, at the end of the day, I'll figure that out next time. But I do hope if you guys can't find Ed64, man. Oh, he can wait. Dave the GOAT. Man, you want to talk about someone who supports the channel? This guy is something else. He's about to get a shout out on an upcoming video. All right, let me figure out how to sign into this. This is crazy. I don't understand why I can't edit your stream title description. Oh, here we go. Oh, now we're cooking. Did that work? I don't understand why I can't edit your stream title description. There we go. Switch account. All right, Bagwell, relax. I can hear you chirping. Oops. Dude, all right, the internet's crazy. Can we just take a second and here we go. All right. All right, Bagwell, relax. Man, too loud. I hear you chirping. Dude, all right, the internet's crazy. Can we just take a second and here we go. All right. All right, Bagwell, relax. Man, too loud. Oh, that's funny because I'm playing it twice. There we go. I got it. All right. Boom. All right. Now I got to close all these things out. Boop. There it is. All right. Now we're cooking with oil. I'm the worst with this. All right. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Kristen. Let's go, Johnny. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much. Man, that's so cool. Appreciate the support. All right, here we go. I think he's been waiting for so long. We've lulled him to sleep. Here comes the fastball. That was my plan all along. Now, all speed. See, it wasn't even about the other channel. I just wanted to strike out Bagwell. Moises Alou. Moises, what was his name? By the way, that call to drive away and show you guys. Yeah, man, that was that was still one of the craziest things. I'm like, that's another takeaway from Uber, like the self-awareness of people. You know, at the end of the day, I'm almost positive there was nothing running afoul there, but like people just have no self-awareness. Oh, we're about to get. Oh, I thought that was going to be extra bases. Thanks, Mike. Man, you guys are awesome. Thanks so much for. Man, thanks so much for subscribing. That's so cool. I think about like when I started this channel, it took me 3 years to like break 1,000 subscribers and just like jumping off the bat for, whatever it is, 10 or however many people just said this. Like, that's just so cool, Even if you never watch it, it's just one of those things where it's like, man, it's cool to hear the support, Somebody asked me about Philly or driving or something. I messed it up earlier. Sorry. All right. How much money to drive my wife and I all around Philly on a tour? I'm talking cheesesteak, water ice, 4 to 6 hours, only 2. Oh, that'd be fun. Message me. I've done that before. The Driver Ed Show at gmail.com. On my channel, there's a spot for business inquiries, but it's pretty easy to remember. The original channel name was The Driver Ed Show. Get it, like Driver Ed. A lot of people were having trouble finding my videos because they were always getting Driver Ed videos. So my amazing joke had to go away. Oh, I shouldn't have bunted there. What was I thinking? Oh, let's go. That's an infield hit, baby. Let's go. All right, we got 2 on. All right, we're stealing. Let's go. That's a ball. Let's go. Get down. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Runners in score position. Can you actually... That's a ball. Can you actually change pictures in the middle of a count like they just did? Oh, no. Oh, no. Get there, Dykstra. Oh. Oh, man. All right. So yeah, just message me The Driver Ed Show and The Driver Ed Show at gmail.com and we'll connect. A lot of things matter time of the year it is, when you're doing it, day of the week. But I have done that before and it's always a lot of fun. Kidnap a dog. That's the next plan. Can you... Did not know that, Johnny. Oh, wait, Johnny, you were the one that said your cousin or brother played for the Phillies? Am I misremembering that? Sorry. Um, and no, you cannot pick your own Uber drivers, which is another reason why that whole independent contractor thing is just a complete load of garbage that uh, Uber and all these gig companies do basically so that they have to avoid paying I don't even want to say fair wages, but to avoid the liability and the benefits and all the other things that come with having an employee. Oh, love that backhand flip. Um, but it doesn't make any sense because, like, let's say you have a plumber that's an independent contractor and he comes and he fixes your toilet and he does a really good job and he figured out a problem that all the other plumbers couldn't figure out. The next time, who are you going to call? You're not going to call the first 5 plumbers that couldn't figure it out. You're going to call the plumber that did a good job. So, like, if we were actually independent contractors, we would be able to garner business and our ratings would matter and things like that. But they purposely set it up so, you can't do it. Scott, oh, I remember that name. Oh, wow, he was on that team? That's sick. That's so sick. I might have saw you at the parade then. I'm assuming you went. That was the best, man. I actually heard it's the thing about sports. Like I know not everybody loves sports. Um but the thing about sports that I find myself we might even get 3 here. Yeah, cuz he's throwing a second. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, this might be a mistake. Get down. Get down. That's a triple, baby. That's a triple. Scott Rowland. That's a ball. Thing about sports that I think a lot of people miss, and I even find myself thinking, like, dude, why do I care so much about a bunch of guys I never met that aren't even from this city that are playing a game, like literally a child's game, right? And then the even crazier thing is when I find myself like feeling bad for a guy. Like, oh man, I always felt bad for Bryce Harper because he's such a good player and he never got a shot to, for the World Series. Or like, I feel bad for Reese Hoskins because, he was on the Phillies for the longest and he dealt with all this stuff. I feel bad for him. It's like, dude, this guy is literally getting paid millions of dollars to play a game for a living, getting pampered left and right. Like, you know, he's not he's not making his own reservations when they're on the road, like it, they just anything they need they get. And like I feel bad for him when they don't win their game. It's like this weird I always find myself thinking like don't feel bad for him. There's worse things in the world. But long story long, I leaned into the joke and I ignored the pitch. Um Man, I just left a guy on third. Lead off triple, no runs. Um the the thing is, like, aside from all that kind of stuff, like sports just bring these people together that like in like a way this like I'll say I know people love Philadelphia, but I will say this till the end of my days. This is not a nice town. Like there's not nice people. A lot of bad things happen, but like when the sports are going well, and I think that's part of the reason why this is such a sports town because we have such a hard time with everything else. It's like, hey, let's just focus on something simple and escape and it's good and we can all connect. And there was a guy at the gym. I overheard him talking. He drives for the Daily Times, like the newspaper, or maybe the Inquirer. I think the Inquirer and the Daily Times. I think it's the same owner. Anyway, he delivers newspapers, drives truck, and he was talking about how when the Phillies won in '08, there was never more newspapers sold, more so than any presidential election, more so than the Eagles winning the Super Bowl. There's the Phillies. It's like it's baseball, man. Like everybody can get behind baseball. It's a simple game. It's America's pastime, even though it's not as popular anymore. It's still like there's just still something about it that's like I went to a game in August and I'm just at the ballpark and I'm just like in awe. Like it's just this like amazing, wonderful thing, you know? And then when the Phillies won in '08, that was the first championship in forever. And like, man, I remember that parade. I remember watching the games. I was living in Philadelphia at the time. I was in college, and it was just like it was this. I'll argue till the end of me that that was more monumental or impactful than the Eagles winning the Super Bowl. I think people um, might have celebrated harder when the Eagles won, but like the celebration was bigger when the Phillies won because that was just something. All right, that's my Phillies love letter. I'm done. No, so you can't private hire with Uber. Um, yeah, dude. Honestly, if I would 100%, if he comes to Philly and he wants to get a cheesesteak, I would absolutely love to have him on the podcast. That would absolutely be amazing. If there is any way you could, you know, give me his contact information or float it by him and give him my contact information, but shoot me an email at again thedriveredgeshow@gmail.com. That'd be really cool. That'd be awesome. Thoughts on how Lenny D has thrown his we don't need to talk about Lenny D. uh oh, you're too kind, Albert. Do I play any phone games? So I have a embarrassing confession to make. And yeah, I'm interested in like I mean I love sports. Um but like, I'll find myself watching, any sort of I'll find myself watching Bago, It's like anytime you find someone, and it's not even sports, anytime you find someone who's like dedicated to a craft and really good at it, I just find it really cool. I've noticed that in my Uber. Where like I can enjoy just about any conversation with somebody as long as they're passionate about it. Like you can go on and on about what I would think may be the most boring topic, but if you're passionate about it and you're like offering a perspective that's showing that you're excited about it, it's contagious, It gets me excited about it. Like I really believe that like energy and emotion is contagious. And like when you have that passion, it's just gonna override any sort of boredom. And even if I think you're nuts or it's like a stupid topic, I'm gonna be interested in the fact that you're that interested in it. You know what I mean? Doesn't all sport originate in a way to distract an unsatisfied population? That's a that's a amazing observation. Yeah. That's something that should be written down. that, that that's like that's genius. Oh man. Do you agree this channel really fell off after the pandemic? I don't think it fell off because I'm still here, son. I may be dancing on my own, but you can take that negativity and kick rocks. Uh, but I mean, I do. I think in general, I think after the pandemic, people stopped watching just all of YouTube as much. Um, Philadelphia is a horrible town. Always Sunny is a documentary on this fact. Um, and the parade. The parade was awesome. How funny would it be? I'm sure you were there. How funny would it be if we crossed paths? That'd be really cool. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, people bought the paper to save it. Yes, good job, buddy. You're spot on. Cool, Johnny. Hey, Cryptum, kiss my ass. Like, what the hell, dude? I actually gained all of my viewers during the pandemic, for what you know. And this is exactly what I was talking about in the beginning. I think, you know, after the pandemic, um, I kept doing what I was doing before. And I think after the pandemic, as I grew an audience, it kind of exposed the fact that I was a little all over the place. And, like I said, having an Uber video and then like a funny sketch video and then like a grandma video, that's all over the place. If I was going to try to describe the kind of channel I have, I would say, I wouldn't be able to, which is problematic, and so to say my channel fell off, like, I don't know if that's just a matter of like, if you're looking at views and stuff like that. And hey, if you want to judge your life by the number of views you get, good luck, buddy, because you're always going to be miserable. But I know I'm still making good content, and this is one of the reasons I, am kind of changing my channel past moving forward, like getting a little more focused, because I have these videos and all the metrics are telling me that this should blow up, but I think that the audience is YouTube's having a hard time putting it in front of the right audience, because they don't know who my audience is, and I don't know who my audience is. I know who my audience is for a specific video, but for the whole channel, it's like a whole hodgepodge, because I have a whole hodgepodge of videos. Yeah, appreciate your insight, Cryptum. Which, I mean, by the name Cryptum, I wonder if that has to do with, crypto. And that's another thing. Like, I had that little avenue. And, maybe in the YouTube days of old, that could work, where you do like, one video here, one video there. But, videos, that YouTube doesn't work like that anymore, So, and I just gotta adapt or die, baby. But as far as falling off, I think that's all a matter of how you look at what's falling off or what's not. And that said, Mike Vance, you're the man. I have people like Mike Vance and, just people hanging out on this chat regardless. I know not everybody's in a place to be that generous, which that is extremely generous, man. So thank you. But, I got 26 people here hanging out watching me play a video game. Like, how blessed am I? So to tell me I fell off, like, I don't know, man. I think you're judging your metrics a little, what's the word? Not wrongly. That's not a good word. Yes. Less of a need for others to yearn after social. Yeah, and I think that's a huge part of it too. I think there was like a yearning for social interaction, and my Uber rides brought me that. Look, at the end of the day, oh yeah, I can't be streaming tonight watching game one. There'll be too much stress, too much yelling, and just too much, too much. um. Oh. But yeah. So at the end of the day, like, um, I got in this game because I love storytelling. I love writing, and I always thought that I always believed no work is ever wasted. So even though the views may be down and I'm dancing on my own, oh, each and every day I'm getting better and better at my craft, and one day it will all pay off. It's already paying off because I'm having fun doing it. Sometimes I wonder, like, oh, how I say this. I've always been a little weird and almost sometimes ignorant of like what people think, and usually very apathetic. I'll listen, but like as far as like I've just I've just always understood. I talk about this a little on my podcast with Delco Dan. Like when I switched schools in high school, I just recognized how insignificant I was in the sense that, like, a typical teenager, I think, thinks that everybody's looking at them and everybody like cares about them if they look funny or dress funny or say something stupid, that like they're gonna like be remembered. And they might be the butt of a joke for half a second, but like then you move on. Like I always, a little thought exercise when people are being self-conscious around me, because I ain't got time for that bullshit. Life's too short. I ask them, tell me something somebody else did yesterday that was stupid, that was embarrassing. And you can never name it. You can never name what someone else does. And if you can, well, then I think you're hanging on to something. And I would bet that if you can, that person's like very close to you and is, there's a bigger, broader part of your relationship frustration there that is why you're hanging on to it. But like, I doubt you're thinking of, and again, like that, I'm not talking about like somebody that like personally offended you. Like, imagine if someone like, I don't know, farted during a work meeting or something. And if anything, that would probably be funny. But like, imagine if somebody like, I don't know, just did something really embarrassing that wasn't funny, which is like the worst kind of embarrassing. If you're going to be embarrassed, hopefully at least other people can laugh. But like, imagine if somebody did something really embarrassing that wasn't even funny, so they didn't even get any laughs out of it. Like, are you going to remember that the next day? I would bet a lot of money that you would not remember it. And so all that's to say is like, I wonder, in this day and age, growing up with social media and like just all that kind of stuff, your embarrassments, you could potentially be amplified to literally the whole world in a viral video. And then on top of that, like, I wonder if I have this YouTube channel in, say I'm 17 years old, and say I blow up, as a 17-year-old, and then I'm a 19-year-old, and the views may not be going as well, and some Cryptum 404 comes on. I appreciate it, Cryptum. Thanks. Some Cryptum comes on, and he's like, this channel fell off, yada, yada, yada. And then, as a 19-year-old or younger or older, whatever, like, is the peak age for caring about what people think, you're like, oh my God, like, I fell off. I look like a loser. Or maybe I should quit now, or whatever it is. It just makes me wonder, with not even the younger generation, because I know a lot of people my age that, still care about what people think. And, I'll be honest, as time goes on, it's not even as time goes on. I've just noticed the more I'm on social media, the more I fall in this trap. Like, they say comparison's a thief of joy. And I think social media is just like an automatic switch to make you compare to other people. But like, I wonder like how many people are going to be willing to like stick with things when they aren't going as well, or when they start failing. I saw a really cool video on Instagram. It's like the path to success, and this guy's walking up he's walking up these steps, and he falls off the steps onto a trampoline. He bounces back on the steps, but he's lower down. And it's just this like really cool, I thought, like visual of like what it takes to like, to build anything, And I don't know, it makes me wonder when everybody is kind of seeing you, like I started this looking like an idiot, learning out loud. When everybody's seeing you look like you're losing or making a mistake or not doing good, I feel like there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be a lot more inclined to, oh, why did I swing at that? this is going to be a lot more inclined to quit. You know what I mean? Where are we at in this game? I know we're winning. All right, top of the eighth. All right. I don't know. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read this after this thing. I know I just went on a little rant there. And Mike Vance, I did not purposely go on that rant to avoid your question. I know I saw that. I thank you for it. It is appreciative. And I did not purposely go on that rant to avoid your question. Oh man, that was just dumb of me. See, I'm so what I was gonna say to you, Mike, was that like things like this really, I don't want to say bother me, but like interest me because I used to teach and like, I'm a human being. Like I have friends and I know a lot of people that are like either unhappy or insecure, or like scared to do something that they want. And it's just shocking to me because it's like, what am I gonna not do YouTube because Cryptum 404 tell me my channel fell off? You know what I mean? Like, who the hell are you? You know what I'm saying? And again, hey, I appreciate you hanging out. And he said he likes me, and who knows? Maybe he is a huge fan of the channel and he's trying to give constructive criticism in just his own sort of way. But I don't know. It's just kind of like, what's the worst case scenario? You do something that you enjoy not well, and it kind of ties into what I'm talking about with these sports players. Like, you always feel bad for the guy who loses the Super Bowl, but do you know how amazing it would be to have the opportunity to lose the Super Bowl? Do you know how many great things in your life have to happen for you to lose the Super Bowl? I don't know. So that's just my long-winded way of avoiding the fact to say that I never saw the movie Invincible. I don't know, man. It's just like, if I recall, it was like rated PG, and I think I was like a little afraid it was going to be this like kind of like it felt like it might be a little too predictable to me. And in my defense, I was not like I was younger than the real Invincible. Like I was not around when the Vince Papale, Buddy Ryan days. That was who's called the open practice, right? Buddy Ryan. So it like didn't have this, connection for me. And then Mark Wahlberg, I'm like, if it was a different actor, I might definitely have to see it. I don't dislike Mark Wahlberg, but he's also not like I have to see every one of his movies. Absolutely loved him in Departed, though. And a bunch of other movies he's good in, don't get me wrong. But he's just not like a guy where I'm like, I have to see his movie. You know what I mean? I almost felt like it was like, okay, this is Mark Wahlberg checking off the sports movie box. I think that had something to do with it. And I've also always found that I don't know, maybe you're not from Philadelphia. Maybe you're just asking because no, I think you were talking about the Phillies, right? I assume. Regardless, I've always found that when there's a movie about Philly, I'm so much more critical about it than if it was about a different city. Because I'm like, I know that what's it called? Sorry, I saw some negativity in the comments and threw me off. Like, y'all gotta get along, man. Anyway, where was I going with this? Because I know what Philly is, and when like someone is not in Philly, it's like, and they're trying to be Philly, it's just kind of like, come on, dude. Perfect example of this, and I might get some flack for saying this, but Hustle. That movie Hustle with Adam Sandler, obviously a huge Adam Sandler fan, huge basketball fan, huge Sixers fan. And I think all of those things combined made me absolutely hate that movie. One, I think it was a little predictable. By little, I mean very. Two, just like the most unbelievable story ever. And then three, it was like trying so hard to be Philly and knowing Philly. I'm like, dude, like, first of all, you would never have this like, block stop, traffic stopping basketball tournament right by Pat's and Gino's there. And then like the scene where he's like running up the steps in Manayong and he's like, Rocky, Rocky. I'm like, dude, come on. You're just trying to like check all the Philly boxes. Make it stop. Anyway, that's my take on I don't know. I hope you don't regret the very generous donation you made, knowing that I've not seen Invincible. That said, next chance I have, I know, Greg, that was a Fran move. Ugh. Next next chance I have, I will watch Invincible, and on my next streaming opportunity that I see you, I will give you a full report. Does anyone know if it's on Netflix or anything like this? I got Netflix. I don't think you can watch movies on YouTube TV. I refuse to pay money for movies, you know? It's like, I just think there's so much free content out there that even if I really want to see a movie, I just refuse to do it because it's like, you know, again, going back to my channel, it's like stories are stories are stories. There's only so many story arcs, like literally. And, you know, you just kind of fill in the different pieces. And that's why I know, regardless of whether or not my channel's doing well, I know I'm getting a lot better at storytelling. So, Cryptum, you can kiss my ass for the third time. He seems like a guy who, you know, if he can dish it out like that, he can take it. So, I hope you know it's in good fun after you shit on my channel. All right, let's see. It was crazy. Oh, I already saw it. My favorite YouTuber. You'll have to let me think about that for a second. See, Kristen came after the pandemic. Oh, Wyatt's got his paper hang up. That's what I'm talking about. That was so cool. I almost chimed in when I heard that delivery guy talking. I'm telling you, you heard him talking. Like he was like, it was like not even close. You know, I'm sure you can find the statistics, but he was like, the amount of papers he had to deliver was like, and he wasn't like, you know, a newspaper guy. He was driving trucks, so he was literally driving trucks to the different stores. Appreciate it, Albert. What's up, Adam? All right, Zen. Good luck with the dogs. All right, Cryptum. Now you're just being an asshole the more I read this. Thanks, Mert. There are degrees of embarrassing. Amen, Tugs. That's right. Still shutting the Astros down, baby. Man, who is this Cryptum guy? It's like, I don't know. Life isn't about positivity. Learn reality. I get that, but you get to choose, you know? Like, I don't know. Yeah, it is crazy to think how social media makes people soft risers. No. Phillies took a 1-0 lead. Greg, Phillies took a 1-0 lead in the first. I scored in the first inning. And I'm not telling you to bet that the Phillies will score in the first inning. I'm just telling you that I am going to bet that the Phillies will score in the first inning. Jordan, you know, at first, the question is, do I really think the Phillies got this? At first, I thought I was just being a fan, but I'm hearing these weird stats. I'm like, you know, obviously I'm biased, but there is just, I'm telling you, there's something about this team. I'm just like, and it's baseball, man. Like they always say, it's not about the better team. It's about who's hot at the right time. And, you know, everyone can agree the Phillies are on fire right now. And like I I don't know if they definitely got this, but I think they got a better chance than everyone's giving them. Um, Folks get on a YouTube channel on Friday and antagonize the chat and use it. Amen, Jason. It's like yeah, I don't want to mute. I don't want to mute it. And like I said, I'm happy. I'm happy he's here, but it's just I like to think, and again, this kind of goes back to like what I was saying, like when someone's like being insecure around me or something, I ask them that little thought exercise. It's like I like to think if there's 24 viewers in here, I'm 25. Like of all that 25, if Cryptum is the loudest voice of uh, negativity, for lack of a better term, I like to, keep them welcome here so that, Yo, Scott in the building. Scott, just got to address a little negativity first. I like to think that, if Cryptum's here, for whatever reason, he needs to be a little negative on a Friday and antagonize, maybe he can see, like, hey, life doesn't have to be that way. And the 25 other people that are a little more positive can be like, hey, you know what? Maybe if I root for the home team instead of play the villain, it might be a little more fun. Because I guarantee this, anyone in Philadelphia rooting for the Astros tonight, even if the Astros win, which they will not, but even if they did, they're not going to have as much fun as the Phillies fans because we're going to have each other, baby, and we'll be dancing on our own. All right, now we got Scott here. Scott, what is up? Yeah, man, your brother was telling me you're down for a cheesesteak. You'll have to let me know the next time. Let me know the next time you're in Philadelphia. So I've recorded 3 podcasts for my second season already. I'm breaking my seasons up for my podcast in 10 episodes, and it's called Cheesesteaks with. A guest will come on, talk about their, area of expertise or interest or whatever, they so desire. And then they can either join me for a cheesesteak or recommend a cheesesteak with me. But I got to know what cheesesteak you would recommend because so far, I think the best we did Delisandro's in the new season. That got a high ranking, but I think I actually gave Louis Gooey is in South Philly. It's like this little deli almost. You can't even sit down inside of it. There's tables outside. I think I actually gave that a higher rating. And then the highest one so far is Leo's in Delco. So you'll have to think. Oh, he's going to feed his dogs. All right. Amen, Albert. Discussions, arguments need 2 sides. Live streams on YouTube, but it is what it is, and I recommend a Philly cheesesteak with cheesesteak preferably. But what cheesesteak? That's the question. Like where? Oh, and Jordan, I do want to get Luke O'Brien. Wasn't sure the deal. Thanks. What can I say? Are the Astros cheating this year? It's the only way if they're going to win. I'll let you. Yeah, just spammers. Gotta be chopped meat. Yeah, you guys gotta recommend where the cheesesteak spot is. All right, let's get this. Oh yeah, sorry, dude. My mind's. I'm trying to catch up with this chat. I don't even know how to say this guy's name. I don't remember him. I got him at bat. Schillings, two hit in the Astros, 7 innings in. And yeah, I got to get Luke O'Brien back on the podcast. I got to message him. I actually know exactly what I want to talk about with him, dude. That guy. We did the carpool karaoke thing, and he's just got such a cool story. He I don't know if he's still teaching. I don't know what exactly he's doing. I haven't talked to him since the ride, but he's just a really interesting guy. He's like a really soulful dude, just like real genuine. So I would just love to hear more about his story and talk to him. He's the man. Oh, Scott's back. All right, Scott. So I was saying that I break my podcast up into seasons, and I'm like halfway through my second season, which means I've done about 15 cheesesteak spots so far. And so far, the top three, the top one is Leo's in Delaware County. I don't know if in your time in Philadelphia you spent a lot of time in Delco, but if you can't pick up by my accent, that's where I hail from. And I was over there in Jet Row before the games, getting hyped. Leo's was in Delco. That's the number one so far. And then the top two in the city have been Louie Gooey. No, it's not a new spot, but it's like a little deli in South Philly. I never even heard of it. I just happened to come across it. The place I was going to go to was closed, so I just found that on the map. And then the other one was Delisandro's, which I'm sure you heard about. So they're the top three in that order: Leo's, Louie Gooey's, and Delisandro's. So you'll have to think about, what your spot is. Let's go. And we can make it happen. That'd be really cool. My email's thedriveredshow@gmail.com. Reach out. I can work around you. That'd be super cool. Haddonfield. Okay. So maybe you know a Jersey spot. We actually haven't ventured over the bridge to New Jersey yet. So maybe you know the Jersey spot to go. Now, I wonder, Scott, I'm not familiar with your. Oh man, I'm batting now. Shoot. I'm not familiar with your career path. But I always wondered in a situation like this, imagine if you played for both the Phillies and the Astros. I'm sure there would be one that you might be more fond of. And I just have to imagine anyone on that '08 Phillies team, no matter who they played for after, always has a Phillies spot in their heart. So I'm going to believe you'll be pulling for the Phillies tonight. And if that's not the case, just lie to me, because I don't want to know otherwise. You missed me going on a little tirade about how much that '08 Phillies team was just game changing for this city. Oh man. So Angelo's on 9th. I saw somebody said that. Where was that at? Oh, that's a ball. Joseph. So I actually did Angelo's the podcast. I talked about NFTs with my former college roommate turned pro poker player. He went there because they had the highest rated pizza in Philadelphia, according to Dave Portnoy, the pizza review guy. However, all right, bottom of the 9th, baby. However, I have to say the cheesesteak did not deliver. They put it on a Sarcones roll, which is like a fancier Italian roll. It's a great roll, but it's just it's not good for a cheesesteak. You really have to bite into it and rip the bread to get it off. It's just cheesesteaks are not meant for Sarcones roll. So it did not get a good rating. But they got a really good pizza, allegedly. Did not have it, but all right. Places meet cheesesteaks with. Yeah, most places have Most places have provolone cheese as an option. Ashley's, the bar in Glen Mills. I actually know the manager there. Great guy, Jason. Oh no, Scott! Oh, that's a plot twist. Oh God. I mean, it is hard to not like Dusty Baker, and oh, and you played for him. Oh man. Oh. All right. So I think that may even trump a a city connection, a personal connection there since you played for him. I'll let that slide, but I'm gonna keep that between me and you, uh, and just pretend I didn't hear it until after the fact. When you come on the podcast, we can revisit that. But I mean, of all the reasons to not root for the Phillies, I think that's a very acceptable reason. Um, I did not see that coming. That's pretty cool. I didn't even think about that aspect of it. Like, yeah, of course you still know people in the game. That's pretty cool. I get. All right, cool. I dig that. That's the answer I like. Phillies win. Super excited for the city of Philadelphia. But if the Astros win, you'll be excited for Dusty. I'll tell you what, Scott. If the Astros win, I'll be excited for Dusty too. So that's good. But I'll be excited for Dusty maybe 4 months, 5 months, maybe next playoffs. I'll be okay, happy for Dusty. That's a pretty cool answer. That's the kind of stuff, man. Like the other aspect of sports that I always find so fascinating is like the journey after the fact, like having that connection. And yeah, it'd be really cool to. Oh, nice. Room for the Phillies 100%. Let's go. It'd be really cool to have you on the podcast to just kind of talk about '08 and like what happened after. And I'm always fascinated with instances like that when you're watching the game you're watching is a lot different than the game I'm watching. Like some of the people involved and like the way you see the game is just a lot different. When I went to college freshman year, I remember watching Fran Dunphy. I think Greg, are you still on the chat? I think that's Greg C, my boy. Um, Chris Afali. It may not be, but I think some of his previous comments made it think that it was him. But anyway, Fran Dunphy, legendary college coach, still coaching actually, at LaSalle now. But I remember seeing him coach. It was so cool. We could sit like it was so easy to like get courtside seats at the student section as long as you got there like 15 minutes early. And man, I remember watching him coach and just thinking like I'm a basketball fan. I played basketball a couple years in high school. I played pickup basketball, but like it dawned on me like the game that Fran Dunphy was seeing was different than the game I was seeing. And like I've just always thought like whatever it is I want to do, I just want to be able to like beat my craft hard enough that like one day I just look at things, with a better lens of what it is, or a more expert lens, so to speak, of what it is. And that goes back to that Cryptum guy spouting all that negativity. Like, whether or not my channel's getting views or not, like, dude, I'm working on this craft, man. I'm becoming a master storyteller. I was listening to Kanye West on Lex Friedman. Is that how you say his name? Oh, you're the man, Scott. Appreciate it. The Driver Ed Show at gmail.com. Appreciate you coming out, dude. But yeah, Kanye West was on that Lex Friedman or Friedman, however you say his name, and he is just wild, dude. But he's like, I always can. He said something, and it wasn't even that insightful. He was like, we need to be telling our children that you are part of the human race with engineering opportunities before you. And Kanye goes, I always considered myself one of the top 5 writers of the world, but that line just put me in the top 3. But anyway, I don't know if I consider myself top 5 writers in the world, but regardless if Cryptum approves of my channel or not, I know I'm getting better at beating my craft. Um, so yeah. Oh, here we go. I've been playing a lot of RBI. Oh, dude, Scott is maybe we have to set up this little like gaming situation where we play Ken Griffey head to head. RBI baseball and retro Nintendo. Man, I would love to see the graphics on that. That's cool. Thanks again for coming out, Scott. And thanks for hooking it up, Johnny Utah. Teamwork makes the dream work on G. All right, guys. Do I have any love for soccer? So, tribal Englishman. I do not have when you say love for it. Like when there's the World Cup, I'll watch it, and it's you know, excuse me, it's kind of like regular season baseball. Like sometimes those games are a little hard to watch. You know, it's a lot going on with very little scoring, and I don't have an eye for soccer, so I don't really know what's going on. All that said, over the course of the pandemic, a friend of mine played D1 soccer. Another one was a pretty decent high school player, and we were kicking the ball around. And I played one intramural league like as an adult, and it like reminded me when we were kicking the ball around over the pandemic just how insane that sport is. Like they were goofing around like in a one-on-one drill, and I was the goalie. And man, when that ball's coming at you, holy smokes, and it hurts just kicking the ball. Like I feel like I don't know how every soccer player doesn't tear their is the MCL the one on the inside, like on the inside of the knee, the MCL, right? Regardless, like when I kick that ball, I have a lot of respect for soccer. Not the biggest fan just because it's hard for me to follow, but man, like I played football in high school, American football, and like I can get beat up and like get bruised, like get hit by other people, and I swear that is just like not as I don't want to say like physical, but like almost scary. Like I just feel like every time I kick the ball, I'm gonna break something. Whereas like you get tackled, you know how to kind of fall or something like that. But man, when I kick the ball, and if you plant your foot the wrong way, I just don't know how there's not more knee injuries in soccer. I don't know. I guess it all comes with practice, but appreciate it, Greg. Thanks so much, man. Yeah, Kanye is something else. No, I haven't heard any rule changes like that. I've just, I've always done it under the condition of people giving me permission or blurring them out. So, if that's the case, I don't think there's anything people can do. What's up, Jack? Oh, really? USA England. All right. I have a feeling I know who's going to win that one. Um, but hold on, there was one more I wanted to see. Oh, opinions on hockey. That's what I was. Yeah, talking about tough sports. Hockey players are by far the toughest athletes ever, and I love hockey. Again, hockey is similar to. I honestly feel like that's why the NFL is the most beneficial, or the best, most the most hardcore fans because there's only 16 games. NHL's another one where it's like it's hard to keep up all throughout the regular season. Like I always have a good idea where the Flyers are like in the standings, but another playoff hockey is just like playoff baseball, man. Like every second you're just like glued to the screen. All right, guys, I am 40 minutes over how long I wanted to be. If Blue is still here moderating, I appreciate it, and if not, I totally understand. But it is the bottom of the ninth. It's 1-0. Schilling's still on the mound. He's getting a little tired, but I'm going to close this out, and then I'm going to go watch the Phillies win 1-0. And if the Phillies win 1-0, you all better tune in tomorrow because I'm going to do the same thing and accurately predict the score of the final game. And even if they don't win 1-0, I will be back again tomorrow doing the same thing because that's what I'm doing. 17. Sorry. You're right. All right, here we go. Oh, he's not even that tired. All right, here we go. His thing isn't blinking that much. I appreciate that deeper into the skin, and that's something. Oh no, why did I bring it into a circle? That's something I was talking about a little earlier. Like back in the day, I think that worked well. And I do know people find those videos and they enjoy them and they binge them. Like I get so many comments about people binge watching those Uber videos. Like not even the ones where like things are going wrong, like the ride along ones, you know, where like people are happy and like it's just like it's showing the fun side of Uber. But down to our last out, baby. But you know the way the YouTube works is like one, if people aren't clicking the videos, which when things aren't like dramatic and visually appealing, which a black and white thumbnail, isn't super visually appealing. None of these instances are staged, so it's not like there's like this amazing frame I can put up. And then two, like the titles aren't, it's all positive, so it's like it's like fun conversation, so it's hard to find like a positive title, or like a catchy title I should say. And then on top of that, if those videos are 12 minutes long and people enjoy them but they don't watch till the very end because there's really no plot, there's no like driving story, there's no like what happens next, it doesn't do well. The algorithm thinks like, oh, this isn't a good video. Like one, people aren't clicking on it, and then even when they do click on it, they don't watch it till the end. And yeah, so I that's why I kind of have to move away from that kind of stuff. But I do also think that stuff's going to play well with shorts. I'll try that out, and we'll see what happens with that. So I don't know. I ain't going nowhere. I'm dancing on my own, baby. It's 90s baseball. There's no tiring for starting pitchers. That's right. Let's go. Yeah, and I appreciate that, Albert. But like things like that Water Ice video, I don't think that does as well. Or the Muhammad's video, I don't think that does as well. Now here like on YouTube in 2022, going into 2023, like it's a lot. I get a lot of comments about that where it's like this reminds me of old school YouTube and stuff like that, and that's cool. Don't get me wrong. Um, but it's like that's YouTube isn't going to reward me for putting out old school content, just like if I was going to film like an old school movie with like old school graphics, it's not going to play in theaters kind of thing. So, yeah, a 1-0 game would be nerve wracking. All right. Oh, my favorite YouTuber. All right, you did ask that. And since you love dogs and are taking good care of them, I will answer that. That will be my final question. And then I'm going to. Who is batting right now? Oh, speaking of the devil, Moises Alou. I'm going to strike him. No, I might not strike him out, but I'm going to get him out. Then I'm going to go watch the Phillies win Game 1 of the World Series, 1-0. All right. So, and there was one more question. What time tomorrow? That's a good question. It's an 8 o'clock game. I might try like I'll post about it. Let me think. Oh, you know what I did that worked really well? I thought it was when people were on. So let me look when people are on. Dancing on my own. Excuse me. All right, audience. All right, let's see. Tomorrow, Sunday. Would noon o'clock work for you guys? Is this on N65? I almost hope that wasn't a typo and he did that on purpose. Would noon work for you guys? All right, Kristen. Hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow. Would noon be good? I think I'm going to do. maybe 1 o'clock. How about 1 o'clock? A 105, 105 first pitch. How about that? 105 first pitch. And now I got to think of my favorite YouTuber. Let me know if 105 first pitch works. All right, noon. Noon. All right, yeah, maybe we do noon because if Albert's over. Oh, you can make one? Oh, we got one for noon or 1 will work. Well, I'll tell you what, Tugs. If I do it at noon, I'll still be playing at 1 because, I plan for an hour and here I am an hour 45 deep. I just like having fun with you guys. It is 5:47, so I'm just an hour ahead of you, Zen. Thanks, Albert. All right. So I'll see you guys. How about this? How about uh, we'll say noon 30. We'll meet right in the middle. Got the noon 30 pregame. You know, yeah, the first live stream. It was a joke that some people got. We're gonna say 12:30 tomorrow. I will see you at 12:30 tomorrow. So now let me think of my favorite YouTuber that I Am I one as your noon, Eddie? How is that possible? I'm East Coast Standard Time. What do you live in the middle of the Atlantic? Is like Newfoundland an hour ahead of East Coast? All right, we're going to finish Moises Alou. We're going to say 12:30, and I need to think. I want to. You know who my favorite YouTuber is? I'm going to tell you who. His name is Zach. He runs multiple channels. He's my first and only YouTube friend. I chat with him usually like once a week. And, as far as his content, it's like not always my stuff. It's funny. Like he doesn't watch sports and he's like into wrestling and, he's into Goosebumps and stuff, which I think that's pretty cool. It's not like I dislike wrestling. I just like never really got into it. I actually wasn't allowed to watch it when I was younger. But just as a human being, he is a great person. So I will say that is my favorite YouTuber. I'm gonna think about. It's a date, noon 30. Oh look, and he even shouts out Cryptum. Look at that, Cryptum. You got some friends. See, that's what we do here on these live streams. We welcome you, even with your negativity. Anyway, I'm going to think about my top 3 to 5 content creator YouTubers, and I'll get back at you. But at the same, yeah, all right. Does that work for you? All right. In NB, New Brunswick? Is that, that's Canada, right? Wow, that's crazy. That's so cool. That is just so interesting. That is so cool. That's awesome. I feel honored that I'm talking to someone from I think that's New Brunswick. Oh man, he has like multiple channels names, but his biggest channel I guess is Tap Out Corner. That's his like wrestling one. And that's another reason I think he's so cool. Like he's so passionate about YouTube. He has like every time we talk, I feel like he has a new channel that he's like, having fun with. And it's kind of inspired me to kind of take, kind of niche down with my content into certain channels. Man, that's so cool. Well, if I see you tomorrow, if you do make it, I'm going to look up New Brunswick in the map after I sign off and read about, because I love traveling, and I love the furthest northeast I've ever gotten was Portland, Maine. But like all of Maine is just like, it's just fascinating to me. And just like the history of that, like it amazed me to think that, 200 years ago, like people lived there, like without electricity or like space heaters or hand warmers. Like, I don't know how you live there now. I'm sure it's freezing. All right, Moises, you're about to go down. And then we go and watch the Phillies win. Let's rock. All right, we're going to catch him sleeping with the super fast. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. I don't know why I guy dove for that. Oh, gosh. Oh, jeez. Right in the meat of their lineup, too. All right, guys. Oh no. Oh, yeah. I think I got to pull Schilling. Look at him. Look at his line beeping. I'm just going to pitch out. Oh, yeah. What an idiot. All right, this is your last one. Oh, my gosh. 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. Tying run at second. Man at the plate. 0-2 count. You know he's not getting a pitch here. The only question is, do I give him the super fast or the changeup? Or the slider? In the dirt. Oh. I can't pull him. Oh, no. Oh, let's go! Let's go, Phils! You heard it here first. 1-0. Put the bets in. Call your bookie. Don't do that. Don't do any of those things. But you heard it here first. Phillies are going to win. 1-0. I will see you tomorrow, 12:30 Eastern time. Let's go. Let's go. I got nervous there. I thought I was going to blow that one. Hey, we got a full game from Schilling, which, if we're being analogous, that means Nola's going the whole 9, going to 5-hit him, shutout, 5-hit shutout, which that doesn't really happen too often for a full game these days. But hey, you never know. All right, guys, really appreciate you coming out, and see you tomorrow.